Hello again, friends. It is your loan guy, Troy, with the Reichert Mortgage Team, bringing you some more information that is helpful to you. We love here at the Reichert Mortgage Team to help our brothers and sisters in the community to improve their home financing situation, whether that's through a purchase or a refinance. We're here for you. It's our job to provide that stellar mortgage experience and clear mortgage plan for you so you know how to move forward. Now, what are we looking at here today? Well, we're looking at temporary buy downs and how they work and how they can really help you getting into a home. Now, if you like this information, do me a favor. I have an ask for you. Please hit the like button. If you like it, I'm sure you know somebody that's going to like it as well. Please share that information. If you liked and shared it, probably we're going to be providing some more information for you that could be helpful to you. So please subscribe to this channel. We're going to be providing information to you throughout the future, okay? So we're going to get started here. Now, temporary buy downs, how do they work? What are they going to do? Well, what are they is really the first question. A temporary buy down allows you to temporarily have a lower interest rate and monthly payment for a specific period of time. Now, there are different buy down products out there, and we're going to talk about those in a little bit and kind of go over the numbers, okay? And I'm going to be on my laptop doing some things as we do that. Now, how does a temporary buy down work? Well, it's a pot of money, it's a set of funds that either come from other interested parties. It doesn't come from you. Usually it comes from the seller, could come from a real estate agent, could indeed come through lender credit. So I can provide lender credits to fund that as well. So we can talk about all of that stuff as we move forward on those numbers, right? Now, the amount of savings through that temporary period of time is the amount that we will need to collect and save as far as a pot of money in order to do a temporary buy down. And again, we're going to show you how that works, okay? You still must qualify at the interest rate that you will have permanently, okay? So if we're buying down the rate now, that is not the rate that we use to figure out your debt compared to income. It is the qualifying rate once the temporary buy down period is over, okay? Want to make sure we're clarifying that piece of information. Now, why would you want to do a buy down? Well, really good question. So what it does is it temporarily suppresses your interest rate and your monthly payment for X amount of time, okay? Now, it also allows, in this market, we know interest rates are higher than they were before, and we do indeed feel like they are going to come down here in the near future. It allows you to have a lower monthly payment now while we're waiting for the rates to come down. But let's say there's a house you really love, and oh, by the way, when rates come down, a lot of buyers are going to come out of the woodwork, and you're going to have to compete even harder for that home that you love. So this is a way where you can buy now, okay, if it makes sense for you, buy now, and then you can not have to worry about all of those multiple offer situations that are going to come when the interest rates are lower, okay? And you can still have that lower monthly payment now. Now, here's the beauty of this program as well. Let's say, for instance, the numbers say that you need $10,000 to fund this temporary buy down. You're going to get it through seller concessions, right? Seller help. The seller's going to go ahead and pay for this for you. Let's say a year down the road, rates are in a spot that you think, you know what, there's value in me refinancing and permanently having a lower interest rate instead of just temporarily. So if that's indeed the case, let's say you've used, only half of the buy down monies, right? That other half that's still left over will reduce that loan amount on your refinance. You're not losing any of that money that you negotiated for at the beginning of your purchase. So that's really cool. I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like here, okay? So I'm going to pull up a calculator, buy down calculator. In this scenario, I always like to use a $450,000 purchase as a buy down scenario, okay? So $450,000 purchase, conventional 30-year fix is what we're looking at, 10% down, right? So the loan amount is going to be $405,000 because you're putting $45,000 down. The temporary buy down cost is based upon the loan amount, not the purchase price, okay? So just want to make sure we're aware of that. So in this scenario today, let's say the interest rate for you is 6.999, okay? Everybody's is different on a conventional, depending upon credit score and down payment. I'm sure you know all of this stuff. I'm just putting a number in here to kind of show you how the temporary buy down works in theory, all right? So if your permanent interest rate is 6.999, then we're going to talk about a 2-1 buy down first, okay? A 2-1 buy down buys down your interest rate for 2 years, okay? And each year the interest rate goes up 1% until you get your 2-year permanent interest rate. So in this example, year 1, you would have an interest rate of 4.999, 2 points lower than your permanent interest rate, okay? And so if then your savings on that per month would be $520 and change, okay, for 12 months. At the 13th month, your second year, the start of your second year, your interest rate would be 5.999, okay, and your savings would be $266 and change per month for another 12 months, and then permanently you would have an interest rate of 6.99 unless you were able to refinance again into a lower rate permanently, which is ultimately the goal, right? We do anticipate that being a possibility and even a probability, but nobody can, pull out their crystal ball and say exactly when and if. But everybody in the industry thinks this will indeed happen in the near future. Okay, so the cost of that buy down would be $9,439 and change. Where did that come from? Well, the first year you would save $62.43 and change in monthly payments. The second year, $3,195 and change, right? So we would need either seller concessions, realtor credits, lender credits of $94.39 in this scenario to fund this temporary buy down. And again, if you were able to refinance somewhere in the middle of this temporary buy down, whatever's left over of that $94.39 that you haven't used as far as monthly payment savings, then you would indeed get that back in what we call a principal reduction, a lowering of that loan amount on your refinance. Again, no lost monies, okay, in this scenario. So let's go ahead and look at a different option here. We're going to look at, instead of a 2-1 buy down, we are going to go ahead and look at a 1-0 buy down, okay? A 1-0 buy down means that you're going to have an interest rate point lower for 1 year, but then you're going to have your permanent interest rate carry through for the remaining term of the mortgage. So in this scenario, again, 6.999, a 1-0 buy down, okay, would be 5.999, a savings of $266 a month, and it would fund at $31.95 and change, okay? So you'd only need about $3,200 in seller concessions or realtor credits or lender credits to fund this, and it would save you, again, about $266 a month. You would have to qualify at the 6.999, but let's say you felt a lot more comfortable at a payment that was $200 and something lower, then this is a great option for you to go ahead and feel really comfortable about that. I used this when I was active duty. I knew I was going to get a promotion, right? Had a line number, we called it, in the Air Force for a year. It was going to come, and I was going to pin that on in 9 months, so I felt comfortable in doing a 1-0 buy down on my purchase of my home 15 years ago because I didn't really like where the payment was heading at the current interest rates, but I liked it when it was lower for that period of time, and I knew that I could make up the difference because my income was going to go up more than the amount that I was saving in the buy down. So I really liked that option for me. So my veterans out there that are active duty, or veterans, or anybody else, civilians that know that they're going to get a promotion, this is another good reason why you could potentially look at this temporary buy down. Now, I really hope this information was extremely valuable to you. There is value in this temporary buy down. It's not for everybody, but I know there's a lot of folks that could use this to get into the home that they love now and go ahead and not have to worry about, again, those multiple offer situations that we had when the interest rates were super low a couple of years ago, people bidding $10, $20, $30, $40,000 over. You can put yourself in a better position with this temporary buy down and go ahead and get that house now instead of having to wait. And some people are like, I'll wait till the interest rates drop. Well, maybe that's a good choice for you. Maybe not. Let's look at this temporary buy down option and get you into the house that you love if all the numbers make sense for you. Again, I am your loan guy, Troy, with the Reichert Mortgage Team. Thank you so much for watching this. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.